Welcome to UK Learnings. After watch this video, please subscribe to our channel to give us your support. And don't forget to click the bell icon to get upcoming videos. Good luck for your exam.
On a motorway, where would you see green reflective studs? A. Separating driving lanes. B. Between the hard shoulder and the carriageway. C. Between the carriageway and the central reservation. D. At slip road entrances and exits. The correct answer is at slip road entrances and exits. Explanation: at night or in poor visibility, reflective studs in the road help you to judge your position on the carriageway. The color of the stud will assist you further. Where slip roads join or leave the motorway, green studs are used. There's been a crash and a motorcyclist is lying injured and unconscious. What's the main reason you should leave their helmet in place? A. They may not want it removed. B. They'll lose body heat if you remove their helmet. C. You'll damage the helmet if you remove it incorrectly. D. Removing it could cause a more serious injury. The correct answer is D. Removing it could cause a more serious injury. Explanation: when someone is injured, any movement that isn't absolutely necessary should be avoided, as it could make injuries worse. Unless it's essential to remove it, it's generally safer to leave a motorcyclist's helmet in place. What should you do when you leave your car unattended? A. Leave the hazard warning lights on. B. Leave the engine running. C. Switch the engine off but leave the key in. D. Lock it and remove the key. The correct answer is lock it and remove the key. Explanation: always switch off the engine, remove the key and lock your car, even if you're only leaving it for a few minutes. What may help if a driver's behavior has upset you? A. Gesturing to them with your hand. B. Following their car and flashing your headlights aggressively. C. Stopping and taking a break. D. Shouting abusive language. The correct answer is stopping and taking a break. Explanation: sooner or later, another driver will do something that affects you. This can result in a range of feelings such as anger or fear, and you may struggle to concentrate on your driving. If you find yourself in this situation, it's best to look for a safe place to stop and give yourself time to recover. Any form of retaliation will lead to increased risk. How to controlling the vehicle's speed when going down a long, steep hill. A. Switch the engine off and coast to save fuel. B. Use a combination of a lower gear and the foot brake. C. Engage the highest gear to keep the engine revs as low as possible. D. Pump the foot brake to prevent the brakes from overheating. The correct answer is B. Use a combination of a lower gear and the foot brake. Explanation: using a lower gear will allow the engine braking to assist the brakes in keeping the vehicle's speed under control. Avoid coasting with the clutch held down or rolling in neutral, as there will then be no engine braking. What should you do when you're driving in foggy conditions? A. Avoid using dipped headlights. B. Keep 2 seconds behind other vehicles. C. Leave plenty of time for your journey. D. Follow other vehicles' tail lights closely. The correct answer is C. Leave plenty of time for your journey. Explanation: if you're planning to make a journey when it's foggy, listen to the weather reports on the radio or television. Don't travel if visibility is very poor or your trip isn't necessary. If you do travel, leave plenty of time for your journey. Who can supervise a learner car driver? A. Someone who is 20 or over, and has held a full license for that category of vehicle for at least 3 years. B. Someone who is 18 or over, and who has held a full license for that category of vehicle for at least 1 year. C. Someone who is 21 or over, and has held a full license for that category of vehicle for at least 1 year. D. Someone who is 21 or over, and has held a full license for that category of vehicle for at least 3 years. The correct answer is someone who is 21 or over, and has held a full license for that category of vehicle for at least 3 years. Explanation: a person who accompanies a learner driver must be at least 21 years old and must have held a full driving license for the category of vehicle being used for at least 3 years. All approved driving instructors, ADIs, will meet these criteria. How should you drive in areas where there are traffic calming measures? A. At the speed limit. B. In third gear. C. At a reduced speed. D. In the center of the road. The correct answer is C. At a reduced speed. Explanation: traffic calming measures, such as road humps, chicanes and narrowings, are intended to slow traffic down and to protect vulnerable road users. Maintain a reduced speed until you reach the end of the traffic calming zone. You're intending to turn right at a crossroads. An approaching driver is also turning right. What danger exists if you turn in front of each other? A. The approaching vehicle will block your view of oncoming vehicles. B. The view in your offside mirror will be blocked. C. The angle of turn will be tighter than if you turned behind each other. D. The time it takes to turn will be increased. The correct answer is A. The approaching vehicle will block your view of oncoming vehicles. Explanation: take care to understand what the approaching driver intends, as this may determine your approach. Turning behind the approaching vehicle, wherever possible, will ensure that your view of the road ahead isn't blocked. At some junctions, the layout may make it difficult to turn this way. If this is the case, be prepared to pass in front of the other vehicle. At some junctions, the lane markings direct you to turn this way. You're planning a long journey. What should you include in your journey plan? A. A detour to make the journey more interesting. B. Loud music to play if you feel tired. C. Regular rest stops. D. Taking food and drink to avoid unhealthy eating. The correct answer is regular rest stops. Explanation: try to plan your journey so that you can take rest stops. It's recommended that you take a break of at least 15 minutes after every 2 hours of driving. This should help to maintain your concentration. How does a convex mirror affect the appearance of a following vehicle? A. It makes it look larger than it really is. B. It makes it look like it's traveling faster than it really is. C. It makes it look closer than it really is. D. It makes it look further away than it really is. The correct answer is it makes it look further away than it really is. Explanation: a mirror with convex glass gives a wide field of vision. This makes everything appear smaller and further away than it would look in a flat mirror. Where would parking be likely to cause an obstruction? A. Where the curb has been lowered for wheelchairs. B. In a parking bay. C. In a lay-by. D. Where the curb is raised. The correct answer is A. Where the curb has been lowered for wheelchairs. Explanation: careless or thoughtless parking can create problems for other people. For example, if the curb has been lowered to enable wheelchair access, then keep it clear. Don't park on the pavement, as this may create danger for pedestrians, who will have to move into the road to pass your vehicle. Think about the effect your parking will have on others. You're giving a lesson in a car fitted with automatic transmission. What should you tell the pupil to do whenever the vehicle is stationary? A. Keep their foot firmly on the accelerator. B. Apply the parking brake fully. C. Put the gear selector in the R position. D. Put the gear selector in the D position. The correct answer is B. Apply the parking brake fully. Explanation. Fully applying the parking brake whenever your vehicle is stationary is important with an automatic car. This will reduce the possibility of the car creeping forwards when it's in gear. You're driving at night in a built-up area. The road is well lit. Why should you use dipped headlights? A. To help your indicators to show more clearly. B. To help you to see further along the road. C. To make it possible to go at a much faster speed. D. To make it easy for other road users to see your vehicle. The correct answer is to make it easy for other road users to see your vehicle. Explanation. You may be difficult to see when you're traveling at night, even on a well-lit road. If you use dipped headlights rather than side lights, other road users will see you more easily. What's the most important factor affecting the speed you choose to drive? A. You should drive at a speed that doesn't impede other road users. B. You should be able to stop within the distance you can see to be clear. C. You should keep up with the traffic in front. D. You should drive at the speed limit wherever possible. The correct answer is B. You should be able to stop within the distance you can see to be clear. Explanation. You must always remain within the speed limit, but how fast you drive will depend on many other factors. Above all, you should never drive so fast that you can't stop within the distance you can see to be clear. What's the national speed limit on a two-way road outside a built-up area? A. 50 miles per hour. B. 30 miles per hour. C. 60 miles per hour. D. 70 miles per hour. The correct answer is C. 60 miles per hour. Explanation. The national speed limit for a car or motorcycle on a single carriageway is 60 miles per hour. You don't have to drive at the speed limit. Use your judgment and keep within the speed limit while driving at a speed that suits the road, weather and traffic conditions. You're following a moped. What should you do if you want to turn left a short distance ahead? A. Sound your horn as a warning and pull in front of the moped. B. Overtake the moped before you reach the junction. C. Stay behind until the moped has passed the junction. D. Pull alongside the moped and stay level until just before the junction. The correct answer is stay behind until the moped has passed the junction. Explanation. Passing the moped and turning into the junction could mean that you cut across the front of the rider. This might force them to slow down, stop or even lose control. Slow down and stay behind the moped until it has passed the junction and you can then turn safely. What should you do if an overtaking vehicle cuts in close in front of you? A. Give a long blast on the horn. B. Accelerate to get closer to the vehicle. C. Drop back to leave the correct separation distance. D. Flash your headlights several times. The correct answer is drop back to leave the correct separation distance. Explanation. There are times when other drivers make incorrect or ill-judged decisions. Stay calm and don't retaliate or react aggressively. Always consider the safety of other road users, your passengers and yourself.
Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe UK Learning's YouTube channel. Share with your friends and family. Don't forget to click the bell icon to get more videos. Your support will encourage us to make more videos. We wish you all the best for your exam.